Skowronski, the icebreaker.
Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and guests, today it's all about me. Easy topic. Growing up in a small town in northern Michigan, I learned through my life to become an adventurous, strong, and a very courageous person. Let me explain. For those of you in the room who remember the television show The Waltons, can you relate?
Sure.
That's my life story. That's how my life started. My family was very large, 8 sisters, 2 brothers, parents, grandparents, cousins, and the local folk, as we call them. It helped me to understand the true meaning of community and friendship. For those of you unable to relate, just picture it. The Kardashians, yet educated, with no money. I'll give you a minute. My mother used to call me John Boy. John Boy was a major character of the show. One of the things when I was growing up, being a teenager as I am, I wanted to understand why my mother kept calling me John Boy. It was insulting, it was childish. What's going on? Why are you doing this? So when I got around 17, 18 years old, I asked her, why do you do that? She explained to me very clearly. John Boy's character always knew what he wanted today with a vision of what he wanted tomorrow. I thought that was very fitting. She today continues to call me John Boy, the only person allowed. That was also the first conversation she and I ever had about the topic of a college education. It's not a family topic that we would sit around. We had 2 nickels to rub together growing up. The thought of getting an education, that was a luxury in life. But she knew I was strong enough, and I would make it happen. Jumping ahead 5 years, having a full-time job every day. Full-time educational program. I graduated, and I successfully graduated 5 years later. As my first job, I started off as a COBOL programmer. There's a few companies in the world who still use COBOL. Probably less people in the room who have ever heard of it. But I found myself moving forward and looking toward project management. I was helping people get organized, try to be more efficient, and I realized what was happening. I was going back to my history of growing up on a farm. I always learned how to be a team player. Why? You had to work together as a team on the farm in order to get your chores done before school. But most importantly, after school, you worked together as a team because you wanted enough playtime before the sun went down. So all along my entire life, I didn't know I was actually being a team leader. I was leading and orchestrating all these conversations as a child because I wanted to be on time for school, but I also wanted to ride my bike, shoot hoops, just be a kid. I decided to move along in my career to become a contractor. I thought becoming an employee kind of limited my exposure to the world. So moving around as a consultant to different cities, different states, and even different countries would have really helped me to gain more experiences in life. After a few years, I decided to settle down, become a little bit more permanent, which is why I landed here in Chicago, which I've called home for over 15 years now. But I struggled with my confidence. I struggled with my confidence because my friends were as temporary as my jobs. So regaining friendships every year or 2 years, that's a struggle, especially with somebody who doesn't have the confidence. But my grandmother came to mind. My grandmother, a spunky, Polish-speaking woman who made bread every day, even with full arthritis. She was my idol because she reminded me every time I forgot, nothing in life is free. If you want it, make it happen. She reminded me of that every time I felt sorry for myself. I didn't think I could get through college. I had expenses, other dramas. She was always on my side. She was definitely a support mechanism that I used whenever I felt sorry for myself, which led me to Toastmasters. One of the struggles I continue to have is reminding myself, at the beginning of this presentation, I've already said I'm a strong, courageous person, and sometimes I forget. But after this speech, I now know I can do anything I ever wanted to do. My grandmother reminded me of that, even if she's passed. her words came to my mind when I was presenting this, and I hope you'll all be with me as I continue to grow. Thank you.